Welcome back, Deep Divers. Today we're diving into some seriously fascinating research you sent my way.
Oh, yeah.
It's a conversation between Robert Edward Grant, he's an expert on ancient symbolism, and the YouTuber Aaron Abke.
Okay, I know them both.
And they're talking about something that might just change how we look at Da Vinci.
Da Vinci? Really? What about him?
Well, Grant is making a case that Da Vinci's work, his paintings, they're like packed with hidden symbols.
Hidden symbols.
Yeah. And get this, they're linked to ancient Egypt and the Great Pyramid.
Wait, hold on. Da Vinci and the pyramids. I'm intrigued, but I need some more details here.
Okay, so Grant, he had this like aha moment when he was looking at the Last Supper.
The Last Supper. Okay.
And he realized the proportions of the painting, they're almost identical to the king's chamber inside the Great Pyramid.
Wow. Okay, that's a pretty wild connection.
Right. And it gets even weirder. He noticed this like subtle Eye of Ra symbol above Jesus's head in the painting.
Hold up. The Eye of Ra. Like the Egyptian sun god. What's that doing in a painting about the Last Supper?
I know, right? It's like Da Vinci was bridging two completely different worlds.
Okay, I'm hooked. Tell me more.
So Grant, he actually found an Alpha Omega symbol carved into the wall of the king's chamber in the pyramid. And the placement, it lines up perfectly with where Mary Magdalene's arm touches Jesus's hand in the Last Supper painting.
No way. That's too precise to be a coincidence.
Exactly. So it's like the painting is like a map or a key to something, right?
A map to a secret chamber, maybe?
Well, Grant thinks that the Last Supper is actually a key to understanding the king's chamber. And get this, he believes the chamber functions as a cosmic clock.
A cosmic clock. Okay, you're going to have to break this down for me.
All right, so imagine each wall of the king's chamber like representing a different age in this massive 24,000-year cycle. It's called the precession of the Earth.
Precession of the Earth. Yeah, I've heard of that. So the Earth's axis wobbles a bit over time, and it changes what we see in the sky.
Exactly. And each age, like, lasts around 2,000 years. We're in the age of Aquarius, right?
Right.
So does that mean when we try to, like, read this clock, we're looking at the Aquarius wall of the king's chamber?
Okay, I think I'm following you. So how does the Last Supper fit into all of this?
Well, Grant believes he's found symbols for all 12 zodiac signs hidden within the painting.
Really? Like where?
Like in the postures and positions of the apostles. He even says he's found representations of the 48 deacons of astrology in the king's chamber.
The 48 deacons. So it's like midi-zodiac signs within
Yeah.
the traditional 12 signs.
Exactly. It adds a whole other layer of complexity to how the ancients viewed the stars and their influence.
So Da Vinci wasn't just painting a dinner party. He was encoding all this complex astrological information.
Okay.
As well. But wait, weren't there rumors of a 13th zodiac sign?
You're right. And Grant actually thinks there are two more. He says they're represented by the constellations Orion and Ophiuchus.
Orion and Ophiuchus. Okay. But those constellations are already up there. They've just been left out of the traditional zodiac, right?
Yeah, but Grant argues they should be included, and this is where it gets really interesting. He thinks these missing signs represent aspects of the human psyche that we haven't fully grasped yet.
Because our consciousness hasn't quite caught up.
Yeah, like we haven't been, developed enough to understand them. He even suggests that ancient civilizations like Atlantis might have used 48 constellations for their zodiac.
Wow, 48 constellations. Are you serious? So what you're saying is we're just scratching the surface when it comes to understanding how the cosmos influences our lives.
It seems that way, but how does Da Vinci connect to all this? I mean, besides the astrological stuff.
Well, this is where it gets really mind-boggling. You ready for this? Grant claims that when you overlay the Vitruvian Man and the Mona Lisa, they form the Staff of Hermes.
Wait, what? The Vitruvian Man and the Mona Lisa, I'm trying to picture that, and it's not working.
I know, right? But Grant points to all these specific symbols and alignments in the paintings that back up his theory. Like the shackles, the way the figures are positioned, even tiny details like the Eye of Horus.
And they all connect to create the Staff of Hermes. Remind me what that represents again.
It's a really big symbol in Hermetic traditions. It represents divine knowledge, healing, and that balance of masculine and feminine energy,
Oh, right. Okay, so Da Vinci was using his art to express complex ideas about balance and knowledge. Yeah, that makes sense. But what's with the pyramids being more than just tombs? That seems like a big claim.
It is. But Grant thinks the Great Pyramid was actually built with quartz crystal for a specific purpose.
Quartz crystal? What for?
He believes it's not a tomb at all, but like a spiritual stargate.
A stargate. Okay, I've officially fallen down the rabbit hole here.
He thinks the pyramid is meant to amplify energy and help people expand their consciousness. And get this, He even had a personal experience while exploring the Red Pyramid that convinced him of all this.
What happened? Tell me.
Okay, so he was exploring this pyramid, the Red Pyramid, and he comes across a symbol carved into the wall. It was the Alpha Chi Omega symbol. And get this, he was wearing a shirt with that exact same symbol on it at the time.
Whoa, are you serious? What are the chances of that? It's like fate or something. But wait, back up. This whole Stargate thing, is this like those sci-fi movies where people teleport to other planets?
Huh. Well, maybe not exactly like that. But Grant thinks the pyramid structure, combined with a quartz crystal, it could create some kind of energy field that, shifts your consciousness or something.
So like meditation, but way more intense, or something even crazier.
It's hard to say for sure, But his research suggests that ancient civilizations, they were tapping into forces we barely understand today.
This is blowing my mind. Okay, I gotta go back to Da Vinci for a sec. We were talking about those extra zodiac signs, Orion and Ophiuchus. So what's the big deal with adding those to the mix?
It's like Da Vinci is saying, hey, there's more to this whole astrology thing than you think. By expanding the zodiac, beyond the 12 signs, he's acknowledging how complex humans really are. It's not just about your sun sign.
So it's like we're a mix of all these different cosmic energies. I can definitely relate to that. Like I've never felt like I fit neatly into just one category. But how would adding 2 more signs even change things? I mean, most people can barely keep track of the 12 we have already.
Right, haha. But think of it this way. What if those missing signs represent parts of ourselves that we've been ignoring? Or maybe, like, parts we haven't even developed yet.
That's interesting, like hidden potential or something.
Yeah.
But okay, if Da Vinci was so tuned into this stuff, did he leave any other clues?
Well, remember that whole thing about the Vitruvian Man and Mona Lisa forming the staff of Hermes?
Oh yeah, that one still kind of freaks me out, to be honest.
So get this. The staff usually has 2 snakes winding around it.
Right.
And those snakes, they symbolize Kundalini energy.
Kundalini energy. Oh yeah. That's like a powerful life force, right? It's supposed to like travel up your spine and awaken those chakra things.
Exactly. It's all about tapping into this like primal energy source within us. It's about healing and transformation. And the wings on the top of the staff, they symbolize transcendence, rising above limitations.
So Da Vinci is saying we can like activate this energy and evolve to a higher level of consciousness. That's a pretty empowering message.
It really is. And the fact that he showed this symbol by merging the male and female forms, that's really significant, I think. It shows how important balance is, that integration of masculine and feminine. It's like the key to unlocking our potential.
This is seriously mind-blowing stuff. We've gone from hidden symbols and paintings to like cosmic clocks, ancient energy systems. Whoa! But it's all starting to make sense in a weird way.
I know, right? It's like we're putting together this massive puzzle, and the picture that's coming together, it's like fascinating and super complex.
Speaking of puzzles, what about that 5th chamber Grant talked about? The one that's like above the king's chamber? Do you think it holds all the answers?
It's possible, right? Remember, he used the Vitruvian Man to figure it out. He was focused on its alignment with the throat chakra, the one associated with communication and higher consciousness.
So the painting is like a treasure map. I'm having trouble wrapping my head around this.
Well, it's more like a blueprint, I think. A blueprint for understanding how the energy flows within the pyramid. If Grant's right, that 5th chamber could be a place where those energies are, like, amplified.
Whoa, so maybe it's like a cosmic meditation room, or like a portal to another dimension. This is making me think we need to pay more attention to symbols around us, What if there are secret messages everywhere?
I think you're onto something. If Da Vinci put all this symbolism in his art, who's to say other artists and architects haven't done the same thing?
Okay, I am officially curious. Are there any other examples of, like, art or architecture that might have these hidden messages?
Oh, absolutely. There's so much symbolism to explore. Think about ancient temples, cathedrals, even modern skyscrapers. A lot of them are designed using specific proportions, geometric patterns, stuff like that, and they often have symbolic meaning.
So it's not just about pretty designs, right? It's like they're encoding deeper truths about, the universe and humanity's place in it.
Exactly. And the more we learn to understand these symbols, the more we can connect with the wisdom of those who came before us. We might even uncover secrets about ourselves along the way. But hold on, before we go on a global symbol hunt, there's one more thing about Grant's research I want to touch on. Remember the King's Chamber? How it represents that whole 24,000-year cycle?
Oh yeah, the one that makes my brain hurt a little.
Yeah, that one. But what if it's not just a timeline of human history? What if it's like a map of human consciousness itself?
A map of human consciousness. Okay, now you've really lost me. Explain it to me like I'm 5 years old.
Okay, so instead of thinking of it like a straight line, imagine a spiral staircase. Each level of the staircase represents a different age in that 24,000-year cycle we talked about.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
And each level, it also corresponds to a different stage of human consciousness.
Oh, I see. So it's like we're moving through these cycles, right? Evolving, growing with each turn of the spiral.
Exactly. And when we enter a new age, like the age of Aquarius, we're basically stepping onto a higher level of understanding.
So you're saying the pyramids, they're not just about the past, but also about where we're going.
Yeah, I think so.
That's a pretty optimistic way to look at it. But if this is all true, why is this information so hidden? Why wouldn't the ancients, like, share it with everyone?
That's a great question. Maybe they were trying to protect it. Or, maybe they knew that, like, humanity wasn't ready for it yet.
Yeah, like giving a kid a powerful tool before they know how to use it.
Exactly.
But it seems like now more and more people are, like, searching for these deeper truths.
You're right. There's this growing awareness that, there's more to life than what we see on the surface. People want meaning, they want connection, and they're starting to realize that ancient cultures might have some of the answers.
This whole conversation has been a wild ride, honestly. We've talked about hidden symbols, cosmic clocks, ancient energy systems, and a potential map of human consciousness. My brain is, like, fried.
I know it's a lot, but isn't it amazing to think we're part of something so much bigger than ourselves? That there's so much hidden in plain sight, just waiting for us to discover it.
Absolutely. It makes me want to, like, look at everything with fresh eyes. Who knows what secrets are out there? But okay, before we wrap up, I gotta ask. That fifth chamber, the one that's still unexplored, do you think we'll ever get to see inside?
That's the big question, isn't it? It's like the ultimate treasure. But even if it stays hidden, just knowing it might be there, that's enough to spark our imagination. It pushes us to explore the boundaries of what's possible.
It's the mystery that keeps us going, right? The unknown that makes us want to explore. And maybe that's the whole point. Maybe the real treasure is the journey of discovery itself. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one thing you hope our listeners take away from all this?
I hope they walk away with a sense of wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Like a renewed curiosity about the world. Don't just accept things at face value. Look deeper, ask questions, and be open to the possibility that there's more to the story than you think.
Love that. And hey, maybe one of our listeners will be the one to uncover the next big hidden truth. Thanks for joining us on this incredible exploration of Da Vinci, the pyramids, and the mysteries of, well, everything. Until next time, keep diving.